Doubt, once it takes root, grows like a weed. It doesn't matter how much you want to believe otherwise. It twists your thoughts, poisons your trust, and turns love into a battlefield. I tried to hide it from Capitu, to act as though nothing had changed, but she knew me too well. She saw the cracks in my facade, the moments of hesitation in my voice, the fleeting glances that carried more suspicion than affection. "Bento," she said one evening, as we sat in our usual spot in the garden, "you're pulling away from me." "No, I'm not," I said quickly, too quickly. "Yes, you are," she insisted. "I can feel it. You're not the same. Something's changed." Her words stung because they were true. I wanted to deny it, to reassure her, but the doubts were always there, lurking just beneath the surface. "It's just... everything is so complicated," I said finally. "Love isn't supposed to be easy," she said, her voice firm but her eyes pleading. "But if it's real, it's worth fighting for, isn't it?" I nodded, but my heart wasn't in it. I hated myself for it, but I couldn't stop the questions that plagued me. Was Capitu being honest with me? Was her love as pure as she claimed? Or was I just another step in her ambition, another rung on the ladder to a better life? These thoughts consumed me, and I began to see the world through a distorted lens. Every look she gave me, every word she spoke, seemed tinged with hidden meaning. The final blow came one evening, when I overheard a conversation between José Diaz and my mother. "I've always had my concerns about her," José Diaz said, his voice low but insistent. "She's clever, too clever for her own good, and that cleverness can be dangerous." My mother didn't respond immediately, but when she did, her words were measured and deliberate. "Bento is blinded by his feelings," she said. "He doesn't see her for what she is." "And what is she?" José Diaz pressed. "A manipulator," my mother said. "She knows how to play the part of the innocent, but I've seen her kind before. She's after something, and once she gets it, she'll discard him without a second thought." I felt a cold wave of anger and disbelief wash over me. How could they speak about her like that? How could they be so cruel? But as I stood there, hidden in the shadows, their words began to take root. Was it possible that they were right? Had I been blinded by love, unable to see Capitu for who she truly was? I returned to my room that night, my mind racing. I thought about every moment we had shared, every word she had spoken, every look she had given me. I tried to reconcile the Capitu I loved with the image my mother and José Diaz had painted. But the more I thought about it, the more the doubts grew. The next time I saw Capitu, I couldn't hide my turmoil. She greeted me with her usual warmth, but I was cold, distant. "What's wrong?" she asked, her brow furrowing in concern. "Nothing," I said, avoiding her gaze. "Don't lie to me, Bento," she said, her voice firm. "I can see it in your eyes. Something's changed." I hesitated, unsure of how to respond. Finally, I said, "I just need some time to think." "Think about what?" she asked, her voice trembling. "About us," I said, the words feeling like a betrayal even as they left my lips. She stared at me, her eyes wide with shock and hurt. "Bento, what are you saying?" "I don't know," I said, running a hand through my hair. I need to figure things out." Her eyes filled with tears, but she didn't let them fall. "I love you, Bento," she said, her voice steady despite the pain in her eyes. "And I thought you loved me too." "I do," I said quickly. "But I don't know if that's enough." She didn't say anything after that. She just stood there, looking at me with a mixture of sadness and disbelief. Finally, she turned and walked away, leaving me alone with my doubts. Doubt is a dangerous thing, capable of destroying even the strongest of loves. In the next chapter, I'll tell you how these doubts continued to grow, and how they led to the decisions that would change everything. Don't miss it.